Cold Feet returns to screens on Friday night, with the promise of more comedy and drama from the group of 40-something friends living in and around Manchester. And for fans who know Manchester, part of the fun is spotting where all the show's scenes are filmed in the city. We chatted to Cold Feet's location manager Mark Hanlon to find out all about where the eagerly anticipated 7th series was filmed. Mark says it's such an iconic show and Manchester is very much a star of it. So, we're keen to show the new Manchester as much as the city's iconic landmarks to show how it has grown in recent years. The great thing about Cold Feet is that people love it, so when we ask bars or businesses if we can film at their premises, they're always straight away on board with it. Here's where to look out for in Series 7, which returns to ITV on Friday at 9 p.m. The Cold Feet houses the cast of Cold Feet Series 7 in Manchester. Image ITV. From the very moment Cold Feet first burst onto our screens back in 1998, the group of couples all lived in Didsbury. Almost 20 years on, and while the relationships may have changed, the love affair with Didsbury remains. The two most well-known houses in the show, the homes of Pete and Jenny and David and Karen, are filmed at properties on Kingston Road in Didsbury. But all of the interior scenes, that may look very convincingly like stylish townhouses, are actually purpose-built sets filmed at the Space Studios in Gordon. See our video above where Faye Ripley takes us behind the scenes on set. Happy Valley star joins Cold Feet as a Cheshire housewife. The boys boozer the lads. David, Adam and Pete have a drink in Cold Feet Series 7 filmed at the Woodstock in Didsbury. Image ITV. Screen grab. Pals Adam James Nesbitt, Pete John Thompson and David Robert Bathurst are often to be found chewing the fat at their local pub and the traditional green and dark wood pub used as the Woodstock in Didsbury. Mark says we always wanted that to feel like that was their local pub in Didsbury, so we always wanted it to feel really authentic to that. The girls' cocktail bars in episode 1, Jen Faye Ripley, Karen Hermione Norris and Tina Leanne Best all head for a chinwag at a stylish city centre bar. Did you spot which one? It's Cottonopolis, on the corner of Newton Street and Dale Street, on the edge of the northern quarter. The girls meet for cocktails in Cold Feet, filmed at Cottonopolis Bar. Image ITV. Screen grab. Mark says we wanted to use the northern quarter because there's so many great bars and beautiful buildings. Cottonopolis was brilliant. As soon as we said we wanted to film Cold Feet, they were like, oh yeah, I'd love to have it. Also in this series, watch out for Australasia on Deansgate and the new Grand Pacific on King Street, both used as locations for the Friends cocktail hours. Adam goes hipster. Fashion shop Oi Polloi is transformed into hipster for filming of Cold Feet. Image Manchester Evening News. In the opening scenes of episode 1, Adam is seen getting drenched in rainwater on his way to a job interview on Thomas Street in the northern quarter. So he has to dash into the clothing store Hipsta for a change of clothes and comes out in quite the hipster look. Hipsta is a made-up name for the premises, but the shop is real. It's the well-respected gents fashion store Oi Polloi on Thomas Street. Adam's trendy new office, Social Chain's media marketing agency offices in Manchester, were used in Cold Feet, and yes, the slide is real. Image Manchester Evening News. In classic Cold Feet style, there is much hilarity as Adam heads to his job interview in an uber cool office where there's a tree house and even a giant slide inside, and attempts to impress the panel of execs who he ruefully notes are at least half his age. Does such an office really exist in Manchester? Well, yes it does. The office used was the Social Chain's offices on Portland Street, where there really is a giant slide and adult ball pool for employees to relax in. Mark said that was an amazing find for us and a really cool place. Swanky party in a swimming baths. Victoria Baths in Cold Feet Series 7. Image ITV. Screen grab. The gang all head to a very stylish VIP book launch organized by Karen's Marsden House Publishing business for her author Bridie's novel In the Deep End. So where better than to hold the party in a swimming baths? The spectacular Victoria Baths on Hathersage Road was used for these scenes. The Edwardian Water Palace is one of the city's most unusual events spaces now after a multi-million-pound restoration. Leanne Best as Tina, John Thompson as Pete, Faye Ripley as Jenny, Robert Bathurst as David and J.C. Salas as Ramona at Victoria Baths in Cold Feet Series 7. Image PA Housewives of Cheshire. Nikki's housewife of Cheshire home in Cold Feet Series 7 filmed in Knutsford. Image ITV. Screen grab. David heads to give a financial presentation to a giggling group of housewives and wags of Cheshire at the palatial gated mansion of new character Nikki Siobhan Finneran. This was filmed at a private property on Mareside Road in Knutsford. Mark said we looked at quite a few, but this one ticked all the boxes. Unicorns. Watch out for the super cute moment between Adam and Tina in the first episode and the wordplay with the unicorns. They were back in the northern quarter again for this scene, this time outside the quirky Chapter 1 bookstore and cafe on Lever Street. Somewhat symbolic of the next chapter for the Lovebirds. It also features as the location for Britty's book signing. Chapter 1 Cafe in the Northern Quarter scene in Cold Feet Series 7 Image ITV screen grab Jenny's job in conferencing. Jenny works in conferencing in Cold Feet. Some of these scenes were shot at the Midland Hotel. Image ITV screen grab Jenny will be seen throughout the series stalking the corridors of the city centre conferencing facility where she works. It switches between Manchester's historic Midland Hotel on Peter Street and the Manchester Central Convention Centre, the old GMEX next door. Here's one for fact fans: the roof of the Midland, which is not accessible to the public, was also used in the last series, doubling as the roof garden at Adams' trendy city centre apartment. Dean Road in Didsbury. James Nesbitt filming Cold Feet in the heat in Didsbury. Another house in Didsbury will feature in the new series, and James Nesbitt was spotted filming here on the hottest week of the year back in June. Although this time it will double for Carlton, where a new character in Series 7 lives. Too hot for Cold Feet as TV stars film in sweltering heat in Didsbury. Mark says the great thing about Didsbury is the houses are never uniform. There's so many great places to choose from. You can really tell it's South Manchester though from the houses. Coffee conundrum in episode 2. Karen takes Bridie for showdown talks for a coffee, and it's back in the Northern Quarter at Foundation Coffee House on Lever Street. The Foundation Coffee House, Sevendale House, Lever Street, Manchester. David's hotel. Tris. David heads to a hotel called Pine Court thinking he's on a promise with his new Cheshire housewife Pell, but actually she just wants his financial help. Mere Court Hotel in Knutsford was used as the setting for this one. Robert Bathurst as David and Siobhan Finneran as Nikki in Cold Feet Series 7 Image PA. Mark said it's just got a lovely feel. It feels like cozy and out of the way, which was just the right fit for what is a secret meeting between these two. Great Northern. At the finale of the 7th series we can expect something of a celebration which was played out on the square outside the Great Northern Warehouse in Manchester, off Deansgate. All of the show's characters were seen filming here earlier this summer, and there was also a cheeky cameo from Badly Drawn Boy. James Nesbitt seen with Badly Drawn Boy outside the Great Northern Warehouse for Cold Feet filming. Image Manchester Evening News.